This is your SPF 101 for beginners. If you are someone who is still struggling to understand SPF, what am I doing with SPF? Why do I need SPF and all that kind of questions, this is the video for you. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Deborah for those of you who are new, and for those of you who aren't, welcome back. So today we are going to be talking about one of the most requested topics that I've had on this channel since I started, and it's about SPF. Now firstly, what does SPF stand for? SPF stands for Sun Protection Factor. Okay, now we all know that the sun is very amazing. We get our vitamin D from the sun, and we're all encouraged to go out there and get this vitamin D in our body because it's very, very beneficial to our bodies. But whilst you are getting your vitamin D, there are some things that you also need to be aware of. 3 damages that the sun does to the skin whilst you're out there if you do not have a sun protection factor, an SPF sunscreen on your body. And let me put this quick disclaimer. Many years ago, I used to be one of those believers that, oh, you do not need to wear sunscreen because you're not white. Only white people need to wear sunscreen. I have melatonin in my body, so therefore I do not need sunscreen. How naive was I? Because research has shown times and times again that every single human being on planet Earth could benefit from an SPF, from a sunscreen, whenever they're out there under the sun. And you need this to be worn every single day, regardless of the weather. So the very common one that we all know and we've probably heard about over and over again is skin cancer. This is something that is caused by damage from the sun if you're out there and you're not wearing your sunscreen. Now the other 2 things that can be caused by sun damage is aging and skin burns, and that's something that we Africans actually struggle with the most. Lack of sunscreen can make you look older than your age. Okay. Right. And then the other thing is sunburns. When we see sunburns, or we talk about sunburns, we think, oh, when it happens to, white folks where their body hurts or different things like that. It actually also happens to we. That's what they call hyperpigmentation, where some parts of your body is darker than the other parts of your body. We might not burn and need to go into the hospital and get like a plaster or something on, but we suffer those darkness in different areas of our bodies. This is why you need sunscreen, because this will protect you from getting burned from the sun or from looking older than your age, because you're well protected. Okay, so now the one thing that sunscreen protects our skin from is the ultraviolet rays. This comes directly from the sun. This is what causes the burns, the aging, the skin cancer. This is what comes from the sun. We can't see them, but they're happening whilst you're under the sun, enjoying yourself without protecting yourself. Okay, so there are 2 types of this ultraviolet rays. You've got the UVB and the UVA. So the UVB is what is responsible for the burns that occurs on the body, and the UVA is what is responsible for the aging. Okay, so this is why whenever you're going out to get your sunscreen, you need one that is helping you to tackle both. Some will say it's just UVA, some will say it's just UVB. You need the one that's going to help you to tackle both. Now, when it comes to sunscreen, there are 2 types of sunscreens. You've got the physical sunscreens and you've got the chemical sunscreens. Chemical sunscreens could also be called mineral sunscreens. Okay, at the end of this video, I'm also going to be showing you guys some of the sunscreens that I have and recommend the one that I think is the best to get for both. So stay tuned for that. So a physical sunscreen, this is basically what it says. A physical sunscreen is the one that basically protects the layer of the skin, so it's like a cast on the body. That is why sometimes when you put on sunscreen, it gives you this white aftermath or white cast on your skin. This is a physical sunscreen, and what this is doing is basically acting like a barrier from the sun to your body. So it's like a barrier cream, literally. It's not doing anything to your body, it's just staying there acting like a block from the sun to your skin. Now the chemical sunscreens, on the other hand, this one are absorbed in the skin. So they go into the skin, fight from inside the skin, so they're well absorbed. So as the sun damage or the sun rays are going into your skin, the chemical sunscreen is already in there and is already, fighting from within. Now, what are the benefits of physical and chemical sunscreen? Now, a physical sunscreen is obviously acting as a barrier on your skin, so it's not going into your skin, neither is it going to be causing you any skin reactions or anything, because it's just acting as a barrier on your skin, and that's it. The downside to it, however, is the white cast. So therefore, you can't wear it on days when you're not putting on makeup, because they're going to have the white cast. You're going to be looking like a fairy ghost. Now, the chemical sunscreens, on the other hand, they are well absorbed into the skin. They even make you look radiant because they just go in there and just do the job. However, if you're someone who is easily allergic to things, it can cause some skin reactions. This is why everything in life is trial by error. You need to try and find the one that works for you. Yeah, so that's the downside to chemical sunscreens. It can cause you skin reactions, but the good side is it's properly absorbed in the skin, and a lot of people love chemical sunscreens. Actually, research has also shown that chemical sunscreens a little bit better. I don't know, I didn't do further research to find out why, but a lot more better, because they are absorbed into the skin, so therefore they're doing more work for you than physical sunscreens. So it's really up to you. What one do you prefer? Do you prefer just the one that just gives you that barrier, or do you want the one that is fighting, is going to be absorbed into your skin? It depends on you, your skin type and everything. If you're someone who that you are really one that is prone to allergies, then I'll probably suggest you go gear more to the physical ones. The only difficult thing about that is when you have a physical sunscreen on, you might need to go on top of a layer of foundation or a layer of something to cover that white cast on. But if you're okay with either, you can switch to the chemical. However, there are some chemical sunscreens that will not cause you, reactions. It's all trial by error. So I won't recommend that go for this one. This one won't, because I don't know your skin type. So I can't say it definitely won't. Everything is trial by error. So what number or range of sunscreen should you be wearing? You should go for nothing less than SPF 30. That is what gives you the right amount of protection that you need from the sun. You can go as high as 50. That gives you the maximum protection. Anything higher than that, it doesn't really give you anything different from a 50. But you can start off at 30, and you can go as high as a 50, dependent on you and what your choice is. Anything lower than that is not really doing much for you, and also SPF cannot be layered. So you can't say, oh, my foundation has SPF 5 in it, my concealer has SPF 5, my cream that I used, my face cream, had SPF 20. So altogether I'm wearing SPF 40. No. The protection that you have on is SPF 20, because SPF goes by the highest number that you have on. So out of all of those little bits here and there, the highest protection that you have on your face is SPF 20. That's why you start from the barest minimum, which is SPF 30. That is what gives you the right amount of protection that you need from the sun to avoid aging, to avoid sunburns, and to of course avoid anything else, any other skin diseases and all that kind of stuff. So when you watch other SPF videos, which I actually recommend that you should, it will give you further knowledge, further understanding of what SPF do to the skin, and explain in details what broad spectrum is, because I honestly don't know how best I can explain broad spectrum to you. But that's another thing that they do advise that you look for when you are buying your SPF, one that has broad spectrum in it. And honestly, I'm lacking the words to use to explain it in depth. Okay, so I think the videos that are actually animated, they break it down for you a bit better, and help you understand what broad spectrum is in an SPF and how it benefits you on your skin. So I'm now going to move to the different SPFs that I personally own right now and talk to you guys through them and tell you my favorite of all the three. The first one I have here is this Cetaphil Daily Defense Moisturizer. This is actually a moisturizer that comes with SPF 50 plus a UVA. Remember what I said, UVA? However, it is a protect with broad spectrum. What did I say earlier? And UVA and UVB filters. What did I call a UVA? UVA is the one that protects you from aging, and UVB is the one that protects you from sunburns. Okay. And it hydrates the skin, and it's lightweight and easily absorbed. So this one that I'm going to show you now is actually a physical sunscreen. You can get this from Boots, and I honestly cannot remember the price, but when I don't think it's up to £10. I'll insert prices here as I go. Now this particular sunscreen is absolutely amazing. I think it's a favorite actually. I think it's one of those TikTok ones even. It is really good. It helps you. It is basically killing two birds with one stone. You have a cream, a face cream that is good, and you have maximum protection on it, which is SPF 50. So if you're someone who, you know, like there was a point in my life where I would be like, look, I would not remember. So I apply my face cream onto foundation, and then once I'm like midway applying my foundation, oh, I did not put on sunscreen. Yeah, this will work for you really well, because you're just killing two birds with one stone, and it's amazing, it's affordable, it's cheap and everything, but it's a physical sunscreen, so therefore it's not going to be absorbed into the skin. The next one that I have here is actually my least favorite. It's the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Sunscreen, and this one is also SPF 15, and it also has the broad spectrum in it. This is what this one looks like. This is from Glow Recipe, and I honestly thought that I would really enjoy this. I was so excited to try this, but I don't like it. It is my least favorite of all. It gives you the white casts, and if I'm wearing foundation, it's absolutely fine. I can wear it, and that's okay. But one of the reasons why this is my least favorite is because, I mean, you've got something like Cetaphil that is absolutely killing two birds with one stone, and it's amazing, and basically doing the work for two. And this one is nearly like £40 or so, and it gives you the white cast and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I still draw more to this, but this is also absolutely amazing. And for what it is, it's also a physical sunscreen. So if you're someone who already has your favorite moisturizer and you just need a top-up sunscreen just to layer on top, then you can get this one. But be ready to apply foundation on top of it. You can't wear this and just go out. You need to put foundation on because it's going to give you that white cast, and that's one of the things that I do not really enjoy about this. I wish it didn't have that white cast thing and I could wear it without having to bother about it. But yeah, this is why I rarely, go for this one. Now, onto my favorite of all times, of all times. I think people are starting to talk about it now, but I'm like, people should have said this like many years ago. But this is the La Roche-Posay Anthelios, whatever. It's the Invisible Fluid Ultimate Protection Ultra Long UVA UVB. Basically, it's this. This is my favorite, hands down. You can get this from Boots, Superdrug, basically anywhere. La Roche-Posay is also a brand that is well known for their cater to skin that tend to be allergic to things. They're kind of like a medicinal brand. They're so good. People who suffer acne and all that kind of stuff swear by La Roche-Posay, and I also swear by them. Actually, they are just amazing, an amazing brand that should be talked about more. There's also an SPF 30 of this. So again, it depends on the one that you want. When it comes to going out to get anything skincare, skin items, skin thing, you really need to take out time to look at your body, understand your skin. What kind of skin do I have? What areas do I want to, treat? What is my aim? Am I aiming to be acne free? Am I aiming to be hydrated? Am I aiming? These are the kind of things that will gear you to where you want to go to get your skincare items, skincare products. Okay, how should you apply your sunscreen? So what you want to do is, this particular sunscreen that I'm using is quite watery, but you want to take your 2 fingers and then just take it up, down your 2 fingers like so. This is the right amount of sunscreen that you should be applying on your face. This will give you the right amount of coverage that you require. And I mean, there's no particular way to apply it. Just apply it like you apply your cream. But this will give you the right amount of coverage that you should. And guys, let me show you. This is it. It is, you guys see that? Invisible. I come round and show you the other one that I call the physical sunscreen, just in case you don't know what I meant when I say the white cast. This is, let's just apply it somewhere here. This is what I meant. Can you guys see that cast on my hand? My hand is not doing it justice. But on the face it can be. Can you guys see how it's just gonna give your skin a barrier? Can you guys see that? Compared to this hand where we applied the sunscreen, you can't see it, whilst this one is leaving a white cast on my hands. Yeah, so that's what I meant by a white cast. Okay, so that brings it to the end of this video, you guys. I hope that you've been able to learn 1 or 2 things. If you're someone who is you're open to try the chemical sunscreen, I would really recommend the La Roche-Posay sunscreens. Absolutely amazing for a decent amount of price. If you're someone who is looking for that, I need a cream that has the right amount of sun protection for me, then try the Cetaphil one. Cetaphil is an amazing, and these two brands actually are brands that cater to skin that suffer from, you know, acne and everything. So these two brands know what they're doing. They really know what they're doing. So if you're that person who's looking for a cream that has everything all in one, then go for the Cetaphil sunscreen. In terms of the body, there is this one. Is it the Bundy's one that I've heard that people recommend that is amazing? It also doesn't have a white cast. It's amazing protection for the skin, especially during summer. During winter, we're usually properly protected anyway, but especially during summer, where you are going to be exposing some part of your body, then you can wear that. But what I tend to do, I don't know if it's right, I stand corrected, is I just go maybe buy an extra. So I would just buy like 2 of this and then empty a tub of this into my cream that I'm using, and then it's there for me anytime. I don't know if it's wrong or right, but that's what I do at the moment. Okay, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you have enjoyed this video as much as I have enjoyed recording it for you. Please let me know if you have learned anything or two, if you are going to go out. Okay, thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope that you have learned 1 or 2 things. Please let me know if you're going to go out and get any of the sunscreens that I have recommended. These 2 are both available in any drugstore here in the UK. You can get it from Boots, you can get it from Superdrugs, you can even get, I think you can even get it from Tesco, anywhere. Like anywhere you see makeup aisle or any, just go and check. Most likely you get it from Boots. This one, however, you might need to go to either Cut Beauty. Yeah, I think it's Cut Beauty that is currently housing this one. I think it's Cut Beauty. Or you can check Sephora. I haven't checked Sephora to see if they have it, but I got this from Cut Beauty. I think at that time it was about 50 or 40 pounds, I can't remember. Meanwhile, those other 2 were a lot cheaper, and I personally prefer the cheaper ones, and they work. So this one is, remember, this one is a physical one. It gives you all in one, your cream and your protection all in one. And this one is a chemical one, absorbs amazingly into the skin and gives you the right amount of protection. They both give you protection to avoid aging and to avoid sunburns. Now, again, if you're somebody who uses, I know that some people do. If you're someone who uses lightening creams, you shouldn't be using them. But if you are using them, get a sunscreen. Because the reason why you're probably having dark spots in different places is because you're not protecting yourself from the skin. Because what those products are doing is they're even leaving you more exposed to the damages from the sun. So you need something to protect you. And if that brand that is providing you with all these lightening creams are not giving you protection they're not giving you protection for your skin, then they're not doing something good. They should be telling you that you should be protecting your skin. If you're someone who also uses retinols, which every woman should be doing, if you are over the age of 25, you should start using products that would help to prevent aging, help to prevent wrinkles on your face from age 25. Sorry, you should start using that to help avoid aging, help to avoid the wrinkles on your neck and all that kind of stuff. Retinols are amazing for that. There's so many amazing retinol creams or retinol serums that you could use. If you're using those, please do not leave your house without a sunscreen, because you're just is basically useless if you're using a retinol and you don't have an SPF on your skin, because what retinol will do is, because it's helping you to treat all these anti-aging things and the wrinkles and everything, it can cause you to be more exposed to the sun, therefore making you more, vulnerable to sunburns and aging and different things. So you really need to keep your skin protected, guarded, okay, blocked from damages from the skin, from the sun. All right, thank you so much, you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.